Dude here, and we're coming up on some pretty cool numbers, and I want to give you guys kind of a status update here. I never thought that these numbers would happen like this. I mean, I cranked up 500,000 views, and it seems like not even a month later, I'm over 600,000 views. That's cool as hell, man. I mean, my number right now is 603,010 views. Date, of course, being 26th of June, year of our Lord, 2012. And I'm closing in on 3,000 subscribers. That's good shit, isn't it, man? I'm really stoked about that, and I definitely want to do a contest, and I'll come up with something along the way. But yeah, right now I'm kind of busy. I got so many oars in the water. It's just ridiculous. Many of my gun projects right now are kind of on the outs, and I'm doing a bunch of other stuff, and I'm trying to make do with the time I got and trying to make it all happen, and deal, of course, with knee problems, back problems, and all the rest of it. I mean, you guys know I'm basically arthritic, and some days are better than others. I mean, some days are a lot better than others. But there is some very cool news out there. Oh, I mean, of course, channel news notwithstanding, but my favorite person, I'm going to say, quote, my very favorite person in all the world besides Barry Soetoro, and that's his real name, folks. He never changed it back to Obama. And when he basically took his bar exam, they asked him pointedly, have you ever been known as any other name besides Barack Obama? And he said, why, no. No, I haven't. He was adopted by an Indonesian when his mom remarried after the 4 years of the first guy. And when she remarried, Barack changed his name to Barry Soetoro. Look it up. I'm not even going to deal with your DNC types, but speaking of the DNC, Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz. I'm going to use the name correctly because I'm trying to keep this PG-13, but Debbie Wasserman Schultz, also known as the evil, wicked witch of the DNC, is probably going bye-bye. And you know what? It can't happen soon. Hang on a second here. I got dribs and drabs in the Tiggy cup. Just give me 1 second here. Even cold coffee's better than no coffee. She's basically a Florida representative. And you want to talk about one of the most evil, nasty, disgusting Democrat pieces of crap on the planet. Right up there with Barbara Streisand, Sean Penn, numerous other pieces of crap. I'll just come up with a list right frickin' here and give them the big, you're number one. Finally, it looks like the DNC is finally finished with Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Even if Obama wins or loses, she's probably gone. Now, here's the other thing that's kind of cool, too, is, there's another place called, hang on a second here, I'm gonna jump over here to my history, and I'm gonna find it real quick. Give me 1 second here. Shark Tank. It is a Florida-based political place, and, they say pointedly, DNC chairwoman Wasserman Schultz is getting booted. Now, here's the other fun thing, too. Let me scroll on down. It doesn't really show it. Okay, it doesn't show it in here. But she's a notable in Florida. She's a representative, and I don't even know where she is in Florida, but I hope she doesn't win re-election down in Florida either. But let me lose that tab. Jump over here. Scroll on down. Look at this chart, man. I mean, just look at this chart. I mean, how do you basically be the leader of the DNC when you start out at 17%? In April, she started out at 17.45%. She peaked up to the unbelievably lofty numbers of 8.3 in within about 3 or 4 days, probably because they're like, oh great, she's running things. Okay, in May, she dropped down to like 17%. In June, she's down to 15%. She had a little slight uptick, and she's still sitting at about 14 and no, she went below 14%, 15%. She's 14 point something or other, 7, 8, whatever it is. She bumped up to 15, and she's back down to 14.8 or 9. she's not well liked, okay? And that's the popularity, blah, 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 from the election, quote-unquote, check meter. I don't even know, electionmeter.com. I've never even heard of the piece of crap. But, she's not even popular with her own guys. And I can tell you for a fact, looking at the numbers of Congress, looking at the numbers of a bunch of other places, these guys are taking it right in the tailpipe. And you know what? I'm frickin' liking it. It's good shiznit. Just remember, if you guys are not registered, please register. Let me scroll this over here so you don't see that stupid thing like clicking through frames every couple seconds. What's going on is basically you guys gotta be a registered voter. Look at your state's regs. If you're allowed to do it sooner to the election, that's cool, but you gotta vote. You're talking about the soul of the country at this point. You have got to man up. You got to get in that booth. You got to yank the handle. You have to push the buttons or, yank the lever or work the little choppy thing, whatever they do. Probably digital at this point. Absolutely painless. Takes about, not even hours of your time. And yeah, you are registered for jury duty. And yeah, I've had jury duty. And it's not exactly fun. But you know what? There's bigger things than yourself at risk here. You've got to get out. You've gotta vote, and you definitely, truly have to take back the country from the left. They're bad news, okay? Every time they put their fingers in any pie, it comes up a bloody, horrid mess. Anytime they try to fix something, it costs so much money, it's unsupportable. Anytime they double down on anything because they failed, it's their way of doing things. We didn't try hard enough. We didn't really give it enough, compassion. We weren't really seen as enlightened enough. You know what? All that PC crap means exactly balderdash. It doesn't fix anything when these guys come out and pull themselves, into underneath the cover of saying, oh, no, we're fixing things, while backbiting, ruining everything they possibly can, and trying to step on every single person they possibly can and ruin them in the process. It's a whole Saul Alinsky thing. You basically keep lying and constantly just blowing up everybody that you possibly can on the auspice of them being so distracted, you slip your crappy policies and protocols in place. Do not allow this to happen any longer. You know what? I'm not exactly the most, go out and wave your flag type of guys, go out and basically do the rah-rahs and like the big get-togethers in public. I just really don't do that. That's not my thing. I've done it before. You know what? It really kind of rubs me the wrong way. It really does. I mean, I'm not like one of these guys that basically likes being in crowds in the first place. It's just me. I mean, I don't like being, I'm gonna have to use the classic phrase we use in our group. If you're one with the flock, you're gonna, one with the flock of sheep, you're gonna wind up stepping in the poop, okay? Do not follow it. Be your own person. That's why I'm a libertarian. And, get out and vote. I'm not saying vote for one side or the other. I'm saying get out and be proactive. Do your frickin' job as an American citizen. Do not let these guys keep poking their fingers into your back pocket, yanking out the wallet and going, yeah, that's a nice little, I'm just going to take it all, leave you a couple to play with. When you start having the highest tax rates just about anywhere on the planet, and you're not getting any good service out of it, that is called tyranny. Tyranny is when they remove that right for you to basically do those things that were set up by the founding fathers of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. What does the pursuit of happiness mean? Well, you know what? Maybe you should watch that flick with Will Smith, and he'll give you a good idea about what it means. That's basically a guy that basically goes, you know what? I'm going to pull myself up by my bootstraps. I'm going to suffer the long, hard row, and I'm going to find a nicely finished farm when I'm done rowing that hoe out and going through the rest of it and knocking it out and doing the job. I gotta tell you, man, that if nothing else, that movie is very motivational because you see this guy suffer his ass off with his kid trying to make a better life for himself, and dude did. I would say definitely it's a good movie to rent if you got Redbox or one of them guys, but definitely Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. I was very surprised he did that movie, and after he did 7 Pounds. I've never watched 7 Pounds. It just looked like a stupid premise. But I will watch Pursuit of Happiness again and again. Good flick. All right, folks. Here in this podcast channel, I'm going to tell you yet again, get your ass out there, register, and fricking vote. Do not take this crap laying down. Coming up on Let me get the proper tab back up again. Coming up on that 3K. I am only 10 people away from 3K. Okay. You want me to prove it, Mr. Savannah Butt Sniffers? I will prove it. That's right. The number's right there. You can't make them anything but what they are. That's right, Mr. Savannah Poop Sniffer. You can't fake the numbers on YouTube. Yeah, kind of feels good to be a little bit validated. Am I really into it that much for, the big YouTube thing? No, because I don't have AdSense. I've done all this without AdSense. So if anybody ever tells you you're going to be like, one of those guys that sells out and has to put up all the, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune with the, the AdSense and them backbiting and telling you how to do stuff and you can't do this and your content has to have that and you can't talk about other channels and all this other happy horse mess, that's fine and good. But, just remember, if these guys do have AdSense, there's certain things they ain't supposed to do, and if they do it, you can flag them down. That's all I'm going to say about that. But, you know what? I got bigger fish to fry, and of all the speed bumps in the road, I usually go around speed bumps. Alright, so folks, here in the Podcast Show, I'm going to tell you yet again, get your ass out there and friggin' vote! Vote! Don't do it multiple times, that's what's wrong. That's the way the Democrats do it, and we don't do that. Good times. Eat good, keep it a 10 ring, and as always,